Hi, I'm Bridget Marie.
I'm Taquia J.
I'm Candace Nichols.
I'm Trayana Rankins.
I'm Anjanette, also known as EJ.
I'm Jasmine.
I'm Raquel.
I'm Mika Means.
And welcome to Share Your Truth. This is our first episode, and Share Your Truth is about sharing your truth. Sharing your testimony, sharing what you've been through, knowing that you are unique, but also knowing that we as women are more alike than we are different. So it's 8 of us, and you will see us on every episode. It will air every Saturday. We'll be sharing our truth, just so that you are comfortable with sharing your truth. Whoever you are, wherever you are, you have something to say, you have a purpose, you are unique. The first topic is loving yourself and self-motivating. So we're going to get right into it.
For me, it's been a little crazy, like being when I was younger, because I always, like I have a shape. So I've always had a butt, I always had hips and all of this. And it was kind of like, you would think because like I have it that I would be confident with it. But it seemed like it was always a problem. Like it seemed like girls would come and like make it seem like I thought I was all that. So it became a point to where like I started like covering myself up. Like I would wear like jackets, like it would be like 100 degrees outside and I would have a jacket on to cover myself up because I didn't want to be like, oh, that's the girl that thinks she's all that because I got a shape. Like I can't help it, it came from my mama.
Right.
So I would like try to cover myself up, but you know, now I've gotten to a point, of course, as an adult, I don't care. Like I am who I am, I embrace who I am, I love who I am, I love my shape, whether my stomach hanging out on the side or whatever it is, like I love who I am. So, but it's just crazy that you would think like as a, just having something like being blessed like with that, you would think that you would be confident, but I wasn't.
Most girls who have it do, like, they cover it up. Meanwhile, I'm like, can I get that money? Why did I have something here? Right. It'd be like that though, you know, so I get it.
And I just want people like, it was like really like being around other girls, like it was always a problem. So I just felt like, you know, let me cover myself.
Especially being younger.
Yeah.
You know, like being a kid, you know.
And then all the boys like me.
Right. That was the issue. All the boys like me. That was the thing. It was like, you know, but as an adult, you know, but there's still people who struggle with it as an adult. You know, I be seeing grown women with stuff around their waist. I'm like, right. Like a stallion. Yeah. It's like, like they paying for those these days.
Right.
So I get it.
I want to be one of those people.
Yeah.
No, but as a kid, like my story is different from Anjanette's because I was the one that didn't have the boobs or didn't have the butt, and you know I would get teased by my cousins and everything about, oh, your booty flat, and so. But I still kind of struggle with it today. So it's like I like to wear long shirts or jackets that like cover, like, you know, so you can't really see. It even got to the point where one time one of my coworkers bought me some booty pads, and
Oh my God.
like, did they ask? No, it was out of love. Like, it was out of love. You twerking a lot, like
Hey, black booty twerking.
Mud pads. I thought I was I did, and then it was after I had my son, so it was like a girdle too, so it helped my stomach. But I thought I was all.
That's crazy. Two different scenarios.
Yeah, right.
She covered it. She twerking. The things that we just don't appreciate.
Right. No, for real.
I get it.
I think growing up, I was a skinny girl. Mine is like a combination of both of theirs because I was the skinny girl, and I don't want to say teased because I don't think it was teased. They just talked about it a lot. They like always referred to me as the skinny girl, the stick figure, like. But I thought I was like, I thought I was popping. So gain more. Like 110 was what I was. Like I was 110 pounds, but I was a cheerleader. I couldn't gain weight. Like it was, I don't know, but everybody said something about it. But then on the flip side, when I got to adult and now I like filled out, like they're like, oh my God, like now you kind of slim thick, okay? And people are saying like, dang, like your butt is big and like it's a difference, but it's like it's just them same people. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's kind of like, can y'all not focus on the outer? Like why you focus so much on the outer, and it makes you very conscious. Like I just remember being in middle school, and I do it often still. I would always wear a jacket, even if it was, and I don't know if I did it because it made me look bigger. I was like really thinking about that. No, I really would. I would wear a, you know, that Gap jacket that like sits up and
Girl, I had to say
I'm sweating underneath. People is like, why you got your jacket on? And it's like 90 degrees. I'm like, I'm fine. But I still do it to now. And I'm like, really like, this topic is making me think like, dang, did you do it because it made you look bigger?
You know what? A lot of people don't know that there's so many people who suffers from not being big versus people who are big trying to lose weight. Like, I remember when I was younger, it was like I used to wear like 2 like pairs of stretch pants under my jeans to look thicker. You get what I'm saying? So it is a lot of people who battle with being too skinny versus it's a lot of people who's battling with losing weight. And it's like you see everything with lose weight here, and it's like, what about the people who wants to gain? Because it's people who really seriously want to gain weight. Like, you get what I'm saying? So it be a struggle like that. Because like I said, I was young and I was skinny. I mean, I never was really teased on it or never was like, you know, they made an issue, but I was still like not confident in myself to where I would put stretch pants up under my jeans just to look bigger. You know what I'm saying? So
I think everybody needs to realize, especially as women, that everybody is different. Like everybody is shaped different. Everybody is not made to be thick. Everybody's not made to be skinny. Everybody's not made to be, you know, one size.
And then as I got older, I started realizing they gonna talk about you if you see regardless.
Right.
I'm like, okay, I'm too skinny. And then people like, girl, you getting big. And I'm like, to where now it's like, girl, look, okay, as long as I'm comfortable with what I have going on, be quiet, because it's like, wasn't you the same person saying something about me being too skinny? Now I done gained about 20 pounds, now you like, girl, you getting big?
But I think those are the same people that suffer as well, so they're pointed out in other people, you know, because they're dealing with it themselves.
It's like you can't please them. It's like those people you just cannot please.
And they need to understand that we ain't trying to please you.
Right. I'm just trying to live in my body.
My body.
I'm just trying to live and love my body. And mine is the opposite of y'all's because I grew up plus size. And so I was always, well, not always, I want to say 3rd grade, I was small, cheerleader, everything. 3rd grade, I got like asthma, was on prednisone, I'm on steroids. Baby, I blew up that summer. Like blew up to where it's like stretch marks everywhere, just blew up. And it was crazy because everybody's just like, oh, you know, just I'm cool. And then I got breast and it was just like, okay. But then when I got to middle school, I was 5'3", 5'4", 5'5". I'm taller than everybody. I'm already bigger than everybody. I'm wearing bigger clothes. I'm wearing Lane Bryant, Ashley Stewart, Avenue, Learners. Little kids, what y'all in? Children's place. What y'all in little kids stuff? Y'all in the Gap. What you got on the Gap stuff? I got on Learners, baby. I'm wearing what y'all mama wear. So because it made me like look a little bit more mature, and then I started, okay, well, if this is what I gotta do, I'm gonna wear the heels with it. And my sister was like my biggest thing. Like I'm looking at my sister and I'm trying to emulate her stuff, but baby, I got bigger than my sister that was in high school. And so my foot got bigger, so now I'm big foot and I'm a big girl. So my mom used to play this song all the time. It's called Little Girl by Mary Mary. And my mama used to play it every day for me. It's little girl, are you listening? Little girl, struggling with your confidence. Little girl, you're made beautiful. And my mom got me to the point where I was just like, baby, I'm a plus size diva.
Yeah.
Then I would hear like the older ladies in my family, and they'd be like, oh, girl, I hate my arms. Girl, I hate my arms. Oh, I hate my arms. So I noticed, like, I started wearing jackets. It's hot as heck. I'm wearing jackets. Like, and one day my mama she was like, what are you doing? I was like, well, you say you hate your arms. I don't want to wear mine. Mine look like yours. And when she talked me through it, like, I really was like, nah, no more jackets. And I started wearing my arms out, wearing my little cleavage out. Like I said, like my little cleavage. And, but then I got to the point where I was very competitive. I've been competitive all my life. If I'm going to be big, I'm going to be the baddest big girl out there. So I'm cheering, I'm playing tennis, I'm playing shot put. I'm doing all of that. You want to race?
Right.
You want to do split? What you want to do? Bridget and tell you. You're like, you can't do a toe take. Baby, yeah. But that's what I got to when I realized, like, it's important. And then the more, like, I got more confident, I noticed, like, the girls that was thick was struggling. The girls that was thin was struggling. Like, one of the girls, she had a little foot, little petite body, curly hair. I'm like, dang, I want to be like her. But I realized she didn't even have no confidence. So it just caused me to, like, really take in other people to be like, you are beautiful. Even at, like, a young age. So it, like, changed my whole perspective, like, of everything.
That's true.
And really what seems to be true is that we don't even realize that those things are a negative feeling that we should have until people start talking about it.
Right.
Or someone start identifying you to be that. That's when you start feeling like, because I was always called skinny and I could not get past 98 pounds. It was, even after I had Nyla, I think I was a little bit like, maybe like a pound or two, but I couldn't get bigger. And I struggled with that, and I too kept my jacket on. And I just made sure that you couldn't talk about me, because if I had this jacket on, you're not even gonna see what's under here. Like, I'm gonna walk right past you. It's not gonna be a topic of conversation. But even today, I struggle with that, because sometimes when I go shopping, it's like I gotta be careful what I choose, because I feel like a little boy easily, in my opinion. Like, because I don't have the hips or the breasts or nothing. So some of the things that women can put on, even if they got little hips, I'm like, oh, I can't wear that. And then I'm short, so there's certain things. So I don't even like to go shopping. Like, I avoid going shopping for that reason, because I'm like, where do I go? I could go in the kids section, honestly, you know. But then, you know, I'm like, I'm trying to look like a grown woman. I am a grown woman. So I think that is stuff that people put on us, and then for some reason we attach it to ourselves and we carry it on and on and on until people, like Kel's mother, they begin to speak against it, and they tell you like that's not true. And so that's why I tell my daughter all the time, like, you're beautiful, because right now, you know, the media makes you think you have to be a certain skin
Absolutely.
to be beautiful. And I tell my daughter all the time, like, you are beautiful who you are, because these things affect us. And it causes people to go into depression. It causes them to want to kill themselves. It's real.
So disorders everything.
Very much. So we have to be careful what we put out there, and also being wiser about how we feel about ourselves. So I struggle with that, and still today, I can say it's still a problem today, you know, and people want you to fit this look or fit this type of, you know, people be like, oh, but your hair is pretty, you know, it's like they call out these things, but to me, that's not where my beauty stands. So that might be great, and I appreciate that compliment, but that's not, you know, so it's deep, but we have to encourage each other, because I think the most confident woman that may walk in the room still has something she struggles with.
Absolutely.
You know?
Absolutely. And I think it's important with the elders, like, that they understand the things that you say hurt. Like, I had someone who would come in town, and when she would see me, she would tell my mama, Candy, get her on the scale. Like, but she didn't mean it, like, she meant it in love. But it hurts. I'm on the scale, she's like, she's entirely too heavy. Like, going off right then and there. I'm like, you don't see me standing here? So when I got older, I was like, you know, I had to pull her aside. Like, that really hurt me. She was like, I just wanted you to be the best. I didn't want you to struggle with that. And I'm just like, you know, but it brought scars. So a lot of times as women, just like my mom with the jacket, like, it brings scars. So for us that are mothers and mentors, whatever, the things that you say about yourself, although you're not talking about the kid, it hurts somebody else.
Right.
And people say, "Oh, girl, you got a pretty face." You saying that's all I got? Oh, you got a pretty, girl, she got a pretty face, pretty eyes, and pretty hair. Oh, that's it now. Dot, dot, dot.
They tell us as kids, it sticks. Like we, as much as we probably don't realize it, even subconsciously, like once we become adults, like we still have that inner child in us,
Right.
and so it still plays out. And that's what, going back to what y'all saying, like, you know, mothers have to be careful of what they saying and how they saying. Like I was just with my one of my friends yesterday, and her daughter is so beautiful. She has pretty thick hair. She has thick eyebrows. Like all of her features, just as a black girl, is so beautiful. And she said her daughter is struggling with, you know, just liking herself because her little cousins, her other cousins, they got curly, you know, straight hair, and they're really, really light skinned. And so, you know, but she says she tells her all the time, like, you're beautiful. Like you tell Nyla, like, you're beautiful. And they have to, as a, you know, you have to be careful what we're saying and how we're acting around these kids.
Right.
Because it's gonna play out.
Like growing up, I mean, it's a big thing. This skin color, this skin complexion thing, I never knew how deep it was because I don't look at people for their complexion. Like,
Right.
if you not cute to me light skin, you're not cute to me light skin. If you're not cute to me dark skin, it don't have nothing to do with the color. So as I gotten older, I started like really like, people really be serious about this skin color.
They do.
And I've never seen color. Like I promise, like I feel like if I think you're beautiful, if you're
beautiful.
purple, you're beautiful to me. Like
Yeah.
it has to do with features to me. Like, you know, but people look at it like really be distinguishing people based off of the color of their skin, and I'll be like,
And that's how it should be. It should be that you're not looking at the color.
yes, that's so deep to me. Like, cause I've never just thought just because you're light skinned that you're pretty. I've never thought that. So like when people be like, oh, I thought that you and that girl was sisters. I'm like, why? Cause we're light skinned?
Right.
Cause we don't look alike.
You was ready. What?
Why? Because every time somebody's light skinned, they be like, oh, y'all look like y'all could be sisters.
No, we don't.
Why?
Yeah.
You like, no, we
Because we're
don't.
light skinned? Because our features are not the same.
And I hate when
You know
people
what I'm
say, "Oh, she's cute for a dark skinned girl."
Yeah.
Like that, they used
that
to do that to my cousin all the time. Oh, she's cute for a dark skinned girl.
Where do they get that from?
That right?
It's embedded and it's generational.
Yeah.
Because when my baby was born, she was bright, and all our babies are born bright. And so they like, oh, she's pink like so and so, she's this. But somebody was like, you know, you just need to pinch her nose. And I'm like, for what?
Pinch your
Because you
nose
need
what?
to pinch her nose every day to make it slimmer. And they were like, you know, to make it slimmer.
Wait,
and
moms
I was
actually
just like,
say
yeah,
sometimes,
really though.
Somebody
And so,
Yeah.
yeah, so pinch her nose. And I'm like, oh, you cooning for real today. But I'm like, you know, whatever. And they're like, yeah, a lot of people told me, it was like, yeah, make sure you instill in her that she's beautiful no matter what. She's not, and I already instilled that into her, period. Because people gonna come for her because she's light and she got hair.
Yeah, wow.
And I'm like, and I've seen it, but I've seen it with my own eyes where adults they'll go to the brown skin child like, oh, she got enough people pumping her up over here. Let me go to the doctor. And I'm like, don't do that.
Don't do that.
Don't do that.
It really
I'm like,
started,
it's
it really
crazy.
started from slavery though. Like
Yeah.
it comes back from
For
that.
sure, for
It comes
sure.
back because back in those times, the dark skins, they were treated wrong. They were ugly, considered ugly. You know what I mean? So it started. We really go way
The
deep
broad
to get
noses,
out
the
of
big
it.
lips, and I think that's the
All of
most
that.
beautiful thing ever.
Yeah,
Cause
because growing up, I had big lips.
I'm like, they're beautiful.
I know
People
that.
are dying. People are paying money for that.
Right. Now they paying money to get
Yes.
My nail lady said, did you inject your ribs? Did you inject your ribs? I said, girl, I'm black. I'm black. Our lips is like this. I think our futures as black women are so beautiful.
Yes,
Whatever shape you are, it's beautiful.
Yes.
And a black woman walking in her purpose and owning her own body. Oh,
Each one of us is so unique
Baby.
too. Like we all
Yes.
like our features is so bomb because it's all different.
Yes.
all different.
Like I don't see another race like that. Like where we are, our features are just still bomb.
Right.
Different. Like seriously.
It's like rolling dice every time you have a baby. You don't know what. With eyes, eyebrows, hair.
No, it is true though, and I think the media is because because even our kids are more open, or I'd say they have more access to the
yeah,
media now than what
right,
we did, so it's even worse now.
Yes.
Because everything you see, you have to look like this, and
An
you have to
hourglass.
be like
Yeah.
this. Yeah. Like if you not, even this whole thing, I'm gonna go here for a second, even this whole thing of just like the work ethic of a person, like this whole team no sleep, like it's all about being in the goal with what is going. So if it has
Yes,
the
instant
trending, there you go.
gratification.
Whatever the look is, whatever this, and if you happen to be 1 inch out of that look, it's
Yeah.
you get talked about.
Right.
You know what I'm
Right.
saying? You get roasted, and so people try to avoid that, and they're afraid of being themselves or just showing their truth.
One thing that I did struggle with for a quick second when I was younger, it was because I had such huge lips. I feel like I grew into them a little bit now. But I remember like coming home crying, just talking about how everybody used to talk about me all the time. But my mama pumped me up, and I was good with that. So like growing up, I didn't really have that many struggles, like as far as just the weight or whatever the case may be. But I noticed as I got older, I saw that I was not loving myself the way that I thought that I was. Because if you would have asked me maybe later years in college, a little bit afterwards, if I loved myself, if I thought highly of myself, I would have said, oh yeah, of course, without a doubt. But then I'm noticing, I used to give my body away or myself away so easily without a thought. And once I came to truly respect myself and love myself, I never really thought about it that way at that time. Like, I'm just doing me, I'm having fun. But as I got older and even started thinking about wanting to have kids, how then can I teach them to take care of themselves or to love themselves if I'm not experiencing it? And I say all that to say, like, I did not know that I wasn't loving myself in the way that I was supposed to.
Wow. That's big. That just made me think about something, because when you were saying like giving your body up and all of this, like, when I was a teenager, I was like this person, like I was the girl that didn't care. If I wanted to have sex with men, I would, and I didn't care.
Yes.
And then I wouldn't talk to him no more. And then if I wanted to somebody else, I would. Like, I didn't care. But now that you just said that, it just like sparked something to me, like, but why was I doing that? What was it behind that? Was it that I wasn't loving myself? Because but I thought at the time, like you said, I was just like, I don't care. If I want to do him, I'm gonna do him, and then if I want to go do him, I'm gonna do what I want to do.
Yeah.
But that's not loving yourself and taking care of your body the way it should be. You know what I'm saying? So,
And that's true, because once you start, like, at a certain point, you be like, yeah, I'm happy, I'm living my best life. You just think you happy. And then when you get happy, you be like, I was not happy.
That's what it was. It's a wake up call for sure.
Everybody's like, I'm happy, you post you happy, all on these social sites, and you're just happy. And then once you become happy, you be like, oh no,
That wasn't it.
I ain't never felt like this before. Like, that's even with falling in love. Like, we be thinking we in love until we really fall in love, and you be like, this is what love is? I never loved none of y'all. What was I thinking was love, and what was I thinking was happiness? Because now that I have this feeling, it's like, oh nah, that feeling, it comes,
That is so good that you said that, because I remember even when I started to realize it myself, I kind of compared it to, counterfeit love. You don't, at the time, maybe real quick, you don't know that that's a fake $100 bill. You don't know that that's fake love or counterfeit love until you experience that, get that real $100 and you compare the two. And that's exactly what happened to me. It's just like, I always just bring God up because he changed my whole life. I came to that point, I want to say around 26 or 25, and God introduced himself to me in such a big way, and that's what opened my eyes. Once I started to know who he was, it allowed me to know who I was. And once I started to experience his love, it showed me, wait, you wasn't loving yourself the way that you are capable of loving yourself. And that's kind of where it kind of switched for me, like, hold up, I've been doing this wrong this whole time. and now it's just like I'm hungry to get it right.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, that's good.
That's good.
With
That's
me,
good.
I was the girl I was shy, I was reserved, but I was the one that wasn't giving my body away. Like, and although I knew who God was, like, as I got older, I got to experience him more and connect with him more, but I just, like, something in me, and I'm guessing it was my spirit, it's just like, no, that's not you.
Yeah.
You don't have to be like these other girls giving it up, talking to this guy, talking to that guy, although I talked to some guys. But I never did nothing with them. Like, I didn't want to kiss them, I didn't hug them, like, and then they're like, well, how do you have a boyfriend, but you don't want to kiss, you don't want to hug? And it's just like,
That's
like, I don't want that with you.
Right.
Like, I didn't lose my virginity until, like, I graduated from high school. So I think I was 18 years old, and I've learned to appreciate that, and with that, I know my value and I know my worth.
And see, that's something if I have a daughter, like, I really want to have those conversations because I don't want her to do what I was doing.
Yes.
Like, I don't want her to just think, I could do this because whatever. I don't want my daughter. I want my daughter to be like that, you know?
teach your son that too. Cause
Yeah,
I teach
you're
my
right.
sons
You're
that
right.
too.
You're right. You're right.
You not for everybody.
You're right.
Value yours. Value your seed.
Yeah.
Because
I'm glad you
women,
said
as men, they walk around and think, the more women that they have up under their belt, you know what I'm saying? But I want to teach my son, I don't want no dude that's for everybody.
Right.
When I pull up at the park with my dude, I don't want him to be
No, everybody.
So I teach my sons that too.
Yeah.
You are valuable.
Yeah,
Your genitals are whatever, they are yours.
Yeah.
Like, and be, like as boys, they be kind of like shy, don't really want to say that they did it to the ugly girl, or don't do it to, because when they get out, you're gonna be messy.
Don't get out.
Be preservative with your thing.
Don't be having body count.
Don't have.
The goal is not to have body count.
Girls, we would teach our girls that.
Yes.
But we fail to teach our men that.
Yes.
Like, trust me, if she's not your caliber of a woman, don't touch her.
Right.
Because when people find out that you touched her, you're going to be embarrassed.
Yeah.
Because there's some men that I be like, this is
No.
over her.
Right.
Oh,
And it's
no,
another
you ain't capable for me. You was dating people like her.
Right. And
I
I
can't touch me.
I really think it really starts at home.
Absolutely.
Whatever
Absolutely.
you learn, because when I was young, I want to say I was like 15 or 16. My dad gave me a promise ring. And
My
promise
dad did
ring
too.
and I was very when I broke the promise. I did not want to take that ring off. I was like, oh my God, like, how am I going to tell them like that I broke this promise? Like, I was like really, first of all, I'm like a daddy's girl and a mama's girl, so it's kind of like, I do not want to disappoint y'all, you know? So when I did it, I was like, oh my God, I think me and Kim was talking about this. She got to talk to me too. I was like, oh no, I'm like, oh my God. Like, and my mama is the one who seen that I wasn't wearing it no more. And she was like, Ken, you see she don't got this on no more?
Oh, she blew up the
Right,
sky.
girl. And I'm like, disappointed, not only y'all, but kind of like myself. Even though I made the decision. But it was still like, dang, like, it was like, dang, I really like blew this up for them or whatever. Cause I don't know, my daddy really thought I was like gonna save myself till I was married, and like I was trying, but like, you know what I'm saying? So it's just like, dang, but it start at home.
But I don't know. I think yes, but at the same time, like, because the household I grew up in and what was instilled, like what my parents taught me and what I saw, you would think that I wouldn't have been doing that.
But it's also because some people, and I feel like this is just how I feel. Some promiscuous women that I know, they was kind of not down, but they was kind of like restricted.
I wasn't though.
And it's like, Cause they was restricted. They like, I'm about to do this thing. You know what I'm saying? Like to me, the people I know, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That was their case. So they was just like, I'm free. Like I'm about to do this, and if it get back to them, it get back to them. Like they really just didn't care. So it just, I mean, I think it just depends on the person.
It's just a case by case scenario. I just feel like most girls, we are different. We are all different women. We probably struggle with some of the same things, and we probably just do things differently. Like it does start from the household, but I also feel like each kid has to be taught different.
Right.
You know, by me having 2 different kids, I can't do this one with this
totally
one.
different.
So when people say like, you know, but that wasn't my case, it was like you take things differently, you know. And as me growing up, I was the one who just did not. I thought different. My process as a little girl was a little bit different, you know. And for my friend, like I grew up in a household with my father. Like my dad was there, you get what I'm saying? And then I have friends whose dad wasn't there, and I look at them and I'm like, well, maybe that's why you're doing it. But then no, it be people with 2 family households that's doing the things. So it's like that's not. It's just who you are. It's what you grab, you know, as a young girl. It's just a case by case scenario. I just feel like most girls, we are different. We are all different women. We probably struggle with some of the same things, and we probably just do things differently. Like it does start from the household, but I also feel like each kid has to be taught different.
Right. I believe that it's for us to get closer to God. I believe that there's different things that as you grow, you're going to realize that I'm not loving myself, or I don't have the confidence that I thought I had. All these things that you realize as you grow and mature in life, but definitely when you get closer to God, you start realizing that what He says I am, I'm not playing the part of that. You know, so I think it's important for us to realize that we have these different journeys. Now, I was close with my mom, so I told her the next day. I told her the next day. I felt like it was burning. Like I had to tell her. And my friend was like, "Are you sure?" I said, "Yeah, I'm sure." But I didn't feel like it was going to be like I was going to get in trouble. I feel like she had built this foundation and relationship between the both of us that it was like I need to know, because I'm the one that's going to make sure you're good. Like she's made that sure for me. So it was like if I'm gonna tell anybody, I gotta tell her, because my friends, although a few of them have been doing it before me, you may be a little bit more experienced, but you don't know as much as my mama knows. You know, that's how I look at it. I feel like let me go to the best hands that can take care of it.
I went to a friend.
Yeah, so we go to whoever, but my mom, we just had that relationship. So when I told her, it was like, okay, this is what we need to do, and that was the end of that. And she was like, do you want to talk to your dad about it? You know, and I think it took me like a week, because your dad was different. So you never had any conversation with daddy, I don't know. But yeah, I just think it's different for everybody, and I think sometimes it could be a lot of things, but I just think that it's our journey, and you realize and you come to the conclusion that I am valuable, and that I matter, and that those things that I do, they affect me. And when I start realizing that like spirits affect you when you lay down with people, it's like, that ain't happening.
And how old is that? How old do you learn that? Because
when you're an adult half the time,
when you crazy and you wondering why.
Just didn't feel right. You get what I'm saying? It just. And I didn't learn this until I was grown. And you doing this like
until I was grown.
I told Nyla like spirits that you even have around you. Like I start off with just the in the same room type thing. Like baby, when you see that, it's like you ain't gotta go toe to toe with it, but recognize it. And you make a decision if you want to be around it or not. But I think we just have to like introduce our children to it little by little. My mom wasn't into to God like that, so she wouldn't have brought it to me in that way. But she just made me understand that, look, I'm for you. So whatever it is that you need me for, I will. But we have to. And I like the point about the men, because boys are taught different. You're in the same household, but boys are taught, you don't need a girlfriend, go on and have fun. But for the girls, it's like, keep yourself, do that. Then we grow up as grown folks, and the man living this way, the woman living that way, we can't get it together. We in the same house, and we still have it like, well, I was taught this, and then I was taught that. But I was taught about two different things, so then you just gonna always bump heads. You know what I'm saying? So it's like we have to teach our children that it's important to love yourself, regardless of what it is that you have in your pants.
Right.
And not only teach it, but also reflect it.
Yes.
It makes no sense to tell your daughter or your son to be and they're not reflecting. And I say that because I was raised, my mom has been married since I was, well, she's been with my brother's dad since I was 6 months. So my dad never been in my life. He was just a financial provider. If I needed some Jordans, he bought them. If I needed some shoes, some clothes, he bought them. But being raised by a man is totally different because I saw that in my brother's dad. Like, we never went without lights. We never went without food on the table. We always made a point to get things done. But at the same time, he didn't know how to treat us because we weren't his biological children. So there was still that stunt there. And my brother had both my mom and dad, and he still went left. My sister had a male figure, and my mom, and she still went left. And the thing that I was piggybacking up in my mind, I was taking note about what you said. In the household, don't make differences. Because my mom put me on a pedestal. Like, Taquaya is this, Taquaya is that. She makes A's. She has this kind of grade. And my sister and my brother heard this. So for them, it's like, well, we not good anyway, so I might as well go out and do what I'm going to do. I might as well hang around the smokers. I might as well hang around the gang members. I might as well be a hoe. I might as well give it up because I'm not good enough anyway. So when I got older, for me, it's like, as a child, everyone around me created a lifestyle for me. And if I wasn't selling the show they wanted to see, they wasn't buying the tickets. So at that point is where I learned about self-love. Because it's like, okay, you got your back. Ain't nobody got your back like you got your back. And beyond that, God got you. Because when all else fails, you put on this show, but you still go home and you cry on your pillow at night. Who's there to comfort you at that point? Nobody, you know? So for me, it was like I was on a seesaw because I saw it, I was living it, but even though it was all in front of me, I still didn't know what decision to choose. I was in a hard place. I was stuck between a rock and a hard place. And I'm like, okay, this is my brother, this is my sister, I love them to death, but my mom, she thinks so highly of me, so I can't disappoint her. God, what do I do? You know? So then I looked in the mirror and I talked to myself, and I did it daily. I was the girl with the big butt, the pretty eyes, the long hair. What? You thought I wasn't talked about all the time? Oh yeah, she got STDs, she having sex with older guys, even in the church, okay? I went to church, and that's where I got scarred first, in church, because I was young, I was vulnerable. All I wanted to do was build my relationship with God, and I had older women plotting on me. Like, how'd she get this? And the thing is, I learned from the people around me. That's why I didn't make the same mistake. But as an adult, I'm like, well, in order to be effective or relevant, you have to go through the experiences. So God invested something in me to where I didn't have to go through that stuff. Like you said, I don't want to have sex with all these different. I don't have to have sex with all these different men. I can save myself. So as an adult now, it gets tricky because I have guys plotting on me, like really plotting on me, like, I want her. I gotta have her. Ain't nobody had her. So let me throw a couple of dollars at her. Let me put her in a new car. Let me tell her I'm gonna pay all her bills. And when your back is really up against the wall, it gets tricky. It's like, well, dang, my baby need to eat. What I'm gonna do? And then it's like, girl, what? If God put it in front of you, please don't ever get it twisted like He ain't gonna provide. And it comes with self-love. Because if I didn't have love for myself, if I wasn't motivating myself daily, I would have failed to the wall, to the floor, to the window, and all that. And I would have been just like everybody else. And I guess ultimately that's what I didn't want to be. I'm like, you don't have to do this. So why are you doing it? There's no excuse to why you got to sleep with those men. Go get a job. Period. Go to school. You got full functioning limbs. You got your hands. You got your feet. You got your voice. You can do something. You ain't got to give up your goods because once it's gone, it's gone.
And once they got it that one time.
For them, that's all they need. For them, that's all they need.
And I always used to be like, you not about to be talking about me.
Right.
You not about to be saying you got me. So that was my thing. I didn't want to walk up.
Yeah.
I really thought like a man, like I was thinking like a dude, like I didn't care.
But
like,
why though?
I don't like. I just if I seen somebody, like if I seen a dude and I wanted to like have sex with him, I didn't even want a relationship with him.
But did somebody like put that in your mind?
No.
To do that?
And what's crazy, I was talking to a male friend, and I was like, I don't have no type of emotional attachments. Like, I'm not connected. When it comes to it, if I want it, I'm gonna get it.
And that was it.
And that was he.
And then I was like, no, why are you calling me? Like, we ain't got nothing to talk about. Like, I wasn't like, because I didn't care. Like, it wasn't a thought to me like, oh, they gonna go talk about me. I've never had it happen. Thank
Yeah.
God that never happened. Like I've never been talked about. And it's not. I'm not saying like I was just like a hoe. Like it wasn't
I hope you guys enjoyed our first episode about loving yourself and self-motivating. You can catch us on Instagram. Our Instagram is @share_your_truth. Okay? We'll be here every Saturday. So catch our next episode. And we'll see you then. If you want to comment below. You can DM us on Instagram. If you want us to share a topic, you can also comment that also. If you want us to talk about something that you're interested in, you can
Battling with.
or that you're battling with, then you can comment below and we'll be checking that. The last thing we're gonna do is we're gonna give you guys an encouraging word. So I'll go first. Always know that you should share your testimony. Your testimony is important. What you've been through is important. Somebody needs to hear it. They either need to know how you got through it or that they're not alone. So share your testimony.
Someone just asked me the other day, what would I tell my younger self if I could go back and tell my younger self something? And it was to be obedient to the voice. So when you hear the Holy Spirit talking to you, if you feel it in your spirit and you know that it's the Holy Spirit talking to you, be obedient. So I say obedience.
I'll say take the time to learn yourself to know yourself, and that way you will be better to love yourself. The main thing, take time to learn yourself. You don't always have to follow the latest trends. You don't always have to do what everybody else is doing. You deserve, or you have the opportunity to take a step back away from everything just to have a better understanding of who you are and what you will want to represent in the world.
My word would be embrace your scars. Embrace your scars, no matter how ugly you may feel they are. They're beautiful because you made it and you're a warrior. Persevere.
Mine would be know that you were created for a purpose and to stay the course. No matter, if it's a bad or rough time for you right now, like God can take that and absolutely turn it out for your good, and it'll bring glory to His name.
I would say be patient. Be patient with yourself and know that every day you can only be the best version of yourself. And there's no competition of that. Just be the best that you can be. Don't look to the left or look to the right. Just know that you are amazing and just trust the process with being patient.
I would definitely say be responsible for yourself too. Don't hold other people accountable for your actions. Understand that everything that you go through is a part of your journey, and the process is to only bring you further along, not take you backwards. Your feet are in a forward position for a reason. So keep pressing, keep pushing, have faith, and everything will work out accordingly.
I would say stay true to yourself. Learning yourself, of course, taking all these women positive feedback first, but when you know yourself, be true to yourself. Just don't ever think that your light is not shining. No matter what a person would say, because like I said, you could be skinny, you could be big, they're going to have something to say. So being true to yourself and loving yourself is important.